So guys, welcome to this week's episode. We are finally getting ready to leave. Our weather window has come, so we're doing the last few bits and pieces that we need to do. You can see Davy there, he's getting the fuel containers. So we're gonna do our last fuel run. This one's gonna hurt. It's gonna be a bit expensive, but what can you do? So we're gonna go to the fuel station, top up with diesel, do a couple runs.
Couple of runs of diesel, and I think we'll have to do one more run tomorrow for gas for the outboard that we'll be running in the Bahamas.
So one of the things here, we could get the locals to fill up our fuel, i.e. Papa or Handy Andy, but we have a rental car because we have to go to Sosua to get Foxy her paperwork so that she can come with us, her health check. So because we have the rental car, we may as well do it ourselves. It'll save us about 60 cents for every gallon by doing it ourselves.
And there's a lot of gallons involved.
There's a lot of gallons involved. We're filling up the blue barrel, so we're going to be getting about 100 gallons of fuel. So, it's going to hurt, but it's necessary. So, see you soon.
This is just round one. I'm gonna do this 3 times, babe.
No. So I'll take the little ones? Yeah? Okay, so we got all the fuel on board, and we actually brought, as we showed you before, the 55-gallon drum. So this guy is full of fuel, diesel fuel. So one of the next things is to secure it. So we're gonna use a ratchet strap to go around that so it doesn't move around the boat when we're underway. Anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, I don't understand why these need to be so secure. I understand when they're on the boat, but in the packaging, they certainly, I suppose, probably trying to stop people nicking them in the store. We have so many.
We have so many broken puddles.
I'll get rid of some of them. She's good. Just go around like that.
So when we left Puerto Rico, we put in these eyes, right? That's what they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah, these eye things to secure the fuel. So we had these two on this side, and then we did have on this side over here, there's one here, and then the second one was behind the door because we didn't actually have doors at that point in time. But we are heavier slightly on the port side of the boat. So we've put the fuel on this side, try and even that out a little bit. I think mainly we're heavy on that side because of the batteries in the engine room.
We moved it all over, that's it. I think we need to wedge something in there. Something we don't have.
Like what?
We had some cushions last time, but we got rid of them.
What about my pillows that I've washed?
No.
Why not?
I suppose that could work. One could go in there. It just needs to stop it just so it's squashed against something. Otherwise, it's going to want to go at an angle. I don't want it.
I have an idea. Come with me. Ooh, that was a wet floor. Really went down. What do you reckon?
Well, that will work for a different reason because that can go on top of that. But I need something small and thin that goes in there.
Alright, again.
Pause, guys.
Here we go. It's windy! They're a bit soggy on my pillows. What do you reckon?
One of these will do.
It's a bit damp. Can you use this is the grosser one. So today has been a very busy day. I've been working on video editing. Davy's been down in both engine rooms just doing final checks, making sure everything is up and running. So far so good. Now securing the fuel Bilge pumps are all up and running as well. Just made sure they're still good. The last thing on the list is the anchor light. So we haven't had to have an anchor light here in Luperon, but we will when we're in the Bahamas. So we've got an anchor light off of Amazon. So we're going to stick that on the back of the hardtop. And I think it's a stern light as well as on the back of the boat. Davy's going to lift that a bit higher because when we have the dinghy on the davits, it kind of blocks the stern light. So that's not good for nighttime crossings. So we're going to lift that up as well. So last couple jobs. Tomorrow we get COVID tested and then we're off. You need to be where?
You need to be elsewhere.
You need to be slightly taller?
Yeah, it would be easier, wouldn't it? Enjoy that one. Can't lose it. Yeah, exactly. Why are you so in my face?
Because it's a beautiful face.
See if I lose these ones. How many nuts have gone overboard today?
You've lost about
God, no.
3 nuts? Look at that stance.
Got one of them in, I didn't even lose the nut or the washer or anything. My luck
Don't speak too soon.
No, there's 2 more to go.
So, this is why we have not left today. This wind is crazy. So it's supposed to really, really calm down on Sunday, Monday. So, fingers crossed it stays like that.
So this is it, the last little walk of death up the hot moye. We're going to go and do the checkout paperwork. So, Bahamas, here we come.
Alright.
See where it's attached at?
You got to go further.
It's got real slippery.
Alright, this is it. Adios, Luperon. It's 10:30. We left Luperon at about 8 o'clock. So we've been out here 2.5 hours, and so far so good. The weather is doing what it was predicted. The waves aren't too big, and it's just kind of peaceful. Except Fox. What do you think, Fox? What do we think of being a salty sea dog? Do we like the ocean? Fox isn't too sure what to make out of this. What do you think, Davy?
Yeah, so good so far. Everything seems good, secure. Nothing seems to be wobbling around, engines are performing well. We're holding a steady, I'd say, an average of about 7.2. Surfing sound some of the waves at 8.4, but yeah, it's all good. Nice and comfy. Hopefully it stays the same.
So I'm not sure if you can see behind me, but our buddy boat is just back there. So they left Ocean World Marina this morning at about 6 o'clock, and when we left Luperon, they caught us up pretty quickly. I think he's just sitting on tickover on idle speed, just trying to save some fuel. He's been kind of going up past us and then hanging back, and so just a bit of fun. But it's nice to have a buddy boat out here. These guys, when they did come into Ocean World, they had a bit of an issue. They had some water come through their back lazarettes and into their engine room, so they were taking on a bit of water. So they actually had the US Coast Guard drop down this massive pump, and they actually had someone on board as well for like 2 seconds, and he was like Robin Hood style and like flew back up into the helicopter. But anyways, they have this big massive pump still on board from that, so it's kind of nice knowing, just in case. You never know what you're gonna need. I love having a catamaran. So I put my coffee cup in the sink this morning just before we left because I didn't want it to go anywhere. And it hasn't even spilled a drop. Catamaran life is awesome! So, update, we've done about 40 miles so far. Navionics says 128 miles to go. Show you there. So far so good. It is so flat calm. It is beautiful. The weather is just as predicted.
Hello, hello! Not very much to update. Everything's still going smooth and calm. The wind has dropped off beautifully. So I'd reckon the seas are about probably 3 or 4 feet, but really spread apart. Big seconds between them, probably 8-9 seconds between them. So it's really quite nice and relaxing. Okay, so we just did a radio check-in with Andy and Denise, a buddy boat behind us. And they've just informed us that they are much happier now because they have now crossed the part where 2 years ago, heading in the opposite direction, they got hit by a rogue wave.
A really big rogue wave.
I think I remember the story being something like 30 foot, and it just instantly, they got literally lifted up and they just crashed down. The boat left the water. So,
yeah, their hydraulic platform thing at the back of the boat was
forgot
broken.
about that. That broke, didn't it? They had to get that fixed in Puerto Rico.
They lost their dinghy, I think. It was a whole nightmare.
See, we're not sure if they're going to leave Greater Nugua very quickly because of the weather window, or if they're going to stay. If they stay, we will get that story from him directly on camera. Well, if not, we'll fill you in with the details.
They seem to always have different stories, right? The helicopter and then the rogue wave. Yeah. So I think that's why they're happy to have buddy boats on this passage. But still going really well. We're a quarter of the way.
Yeah, we're still averaging about 7.5, 8 knots. So yes, nice. It's calmed down again actually. We did get about, what, 20 minutes, a slightly bigger wave?
Yeah.
That was, we had a boat cross our path.
A big cargo ship.
That was the highlight of the hour.
There you go. Oxinators! Hi, pretty girl. Are you having fun? Do you want to go to the Bahamas still? Yeah. Alright, so the sun is getting lower. Hopefully, I was hoping for a good sunset, but there's some clouds up here. So fingers crossed they shove off and we might get a good sunset. I've taken over at the helm a little bit now. There's 92 miles left to go. Look at that, it's so pretty. This is such an exciting moment for us. It's like the end of a chapter. We're finally on the move again. So leaving Luperon is huge. We are so excited for what lays ahead. I have goosebumps just watching this sunset in review. It was such a beautiful moment crossing from the Dominican Republic to Matthewtown. Stay tuned for next week, guys. We arrive in the Bahamas to the crystal clear blue waters.